again on Yumian Islands. Well, look who it is. Crystal seems to be everywhere these days. The hustle never stops. But what's she spending her money on? All right. Work it.
I give up.
Ever since Angie's misadventures and romance,
Unhappy Angie spotted.
Crystal has a new gig. Part-time cheerleader and full-time
Our
friend.
special granola parfait infused with hot dog.
That's not...
This will totally go viral.
Sure, you do you. She understands that sometimes you need to be with nature. Share quality time goofing off with friends. Who is this guy?
The secondhand embarrassment is strong.
Would you make me something?
Or even explore your creative side.
One sec. Do you like it?
Wow.
Done.
Okay, Picasso. At the end of the day, Crystal never clocks out from being a pal. But she does have to clock back in at the food mart. Hey, drop it! That's a good doggy. Tomodachi life, living the dream.
Alright, here we are. So we're doing something we've never done before. Is a live reaction commentary stream to the Nintendo Direct for June 2026. And why am I doing this? And there's like literally 100 other people doing this. Because of the rumor. We are still celebrating the Legend of Zelda 40th Anniversary-a-thon. Because there may be a big announcement today. So we're going to watch along with the Nintendo Direct and do some commentary and reaction. So here we go. Stay tuned. Be a little bit careful about the audio. Okay, so got the intro here. The running time is supposed to be about 50 minutes, a little less than an hour. And we'll hang around for that. Then they're going to do a Playhouse Live, or Treehouse Live, which I'll be signing off at because I have to start my day. But feel free to watch Nintendo's stream of that. Our point is really to see what Nintendo Zelda news there is today. This does not look like Zelda. I suspect there's going to be a lot of Switch news, Switch 2 news. Supposedly there's going to be a decent Switch 2 price hike in September. So I've heard they're going to make the play to encourage people to buy a Switch 2. Because up until now, you know, there's not a, if you have a Switch, and a lot of people have one, there's not a huge impetus to upgrade and spend all that money. There's a couple of first party games, you know, there's Mario Kart, there's Donkey Kong, but a lot of the stuff out there some Pokemon. Yeah, but a lot of the stuff out there, it's like upgrades of Switch 1 games. And is that worth, you know, $500?
Go forth, magician,
I can't lose.
and use the
Probably
magical
not.
power of rhythm to
But
beat
let's see what
monsters.
case they make today.
Cast a fire spell with BA.
This looks like a indie game, really. I'm not sure what this is.
B down A. Like that.
So you really want to fight, huh?
What spells will strike a chord against the foes you face? Groove on and tip the scales to victory.
It's time for the Who's Got Rhythm quiz show.
Plus, there are even more rhythm games in the lineup. Enjoy all of this while playing solo.
A music rhythm game.
Dan, Emily, Leo, Sarah. We're under attack.
Up to 4 players.
Those were really popular in like the 3DS,
Note the timing and
DS,
follow the
Wii era.
Grab the snack at exactly 3 o'clock.
arrows. Or aim for 3 o'clock on the dot.
Emily got the snack.
There are over 30 cooperative and competitive games to play. Get into the groove solo or with friends when Rhythm Heaven Groove hits the Nintendo Switch system July
Rhythm
2nd.
Heaven Groove, available in a month.
Nintendo Wii Shop.
That was Rhythm Heaven
Okay.
for Nintendo Switch. You'll also be able to play it on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Please wait just a little longer for its release. From here, we'll introduce games coming to Nintendo Switch 2, including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch. Let's begin
Yeah,
with
that's been a thing. A lot of them you can get for Switch 2 and Switch.
Master the Way of the Sword.
Master of the Way of the Sword.
Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
This looks a lot.
In the Swordplay Action series is slashing onto Nintendo Switch 2. Edo-era Kyoto has been overrun by monsters known as Genma. Now, Miyamoto Musashi must prove himself beyond measure.
A lot more resource intensive, so I could see that only coming out for the Switch 2.
Deflect. And the power
And that's another big thing with the Switch 2 is a lot of the games coming out are some of the third-party AAA games because the Switch 2 has the hardware to play it,
Many armaments are also at your disposal to
you
turn
know,
the
as
battle.
well as Xbox or PlayStation 5.
Joy-Con 2 motion controls to intuitively slay Genma. As fates intertwine, will you cut down those that stand in your way?
So I can see that.
Onimusha, Way of the Sword launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
Let's see,
September
September
20. Pre-orders begin
2026.
later today on
Also, good thing to
Nintendo
pay attention to is like how far out are they making announcements for?
Switch. Your unwritten
So far, it's been all within
Dragon's
3 months,
Dogma 2,
3
Dark
4
Arisen
months
is heading
before
to
end of the
Nintendo
year.
Switch 2.
Dragon's Dogma 2, Dark Horizon.
Hero burdened with the fate of slaves.
So besides trying to push people to buy a Switch 2, I could see a lot of these announcements.
Dragon's Dogma 2,
Uh,
explore the new land of Norgan. Seek out spoils.
You know, getting people ready to do their holiday shopping.
Skills. With these arms at the ready, take down powerful monsters.
So games coming out before the holidays.
Adventure. From a fighter specializing in close-range combat to a mage skilled in spell casting, choose the vocation that fits your playstyle. Plus, you can lead up to 3 pawns, custom companions who act on their own. When taking on massive monsters, you can climb them to strike their weak points, fighting alongside
And so yeah, you know, if you're a one console
in a world
type console player and all you have is a Switch, I think
and tell a tale.
the fact that they support the big third-party franchises,
Dragon's Dogma 2, Dark Arisen.
Dragon's Dogma Dark Horizon 2,
October 9th.
October. The fact that they support those big franchises is a big deal. You can play those big games. You don't need to buy a PlayStation 5. You can play them on the Switch you already have.
Mysterious life forms called the Nativa. Now, join
or Switch 2 in this case now.
Save humanity and reclaim the planet.
And I think for the Switch, there was some of that, but because of the hardware limitations, it was always a lesser experience. So, like, yeah, you could play Skyrim or Witcher 3,
Strategically deploy them to fit the situation.
but,
Can you
you know, the graphics were not as good. Maybe it played at a slower frame rate and worse resolution.
this year? Blast off
Stellar
in the
Blade.
two-player co-op adventure Orbitals. Protect your home in an expedition
Orbitals.
across the galaxy. There are many interstellar areas to explore. Melt ice
You
to
know.
make a path.
So, if you can play it comparable to a PS5, which I think is the goal, right? I mean, you're never going to be able to play console games at like
Incoming enemies.
the highest resolution that a gaming PC could, for example, but
Stars. Two players can also work together locally or online
game
using
share.
game share.
Something I haven't tried yet. Wonder how that works. How well that works.
Orbital launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system September 3rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo.
Another September announcement.
Journey through the glade of dreams in this bold reimagining of
Rayman Legends.
When a shadowy villain starts spreading corruption, it's up to Rayman and his friends to leap, glide, and punch their way through charming and colorful worlds. Ride dragons across realms. Dive into 4 new musical stages and enjoy more added content. Up to 4 players.
Classic platformer. Originally what, on the PlayStation?
You can also play a revamped version of Kung Fu using game share locally or online. Rayman Legends Retold.
Alright, October.
Nintendo Switch 2. October.
Legends Retold.
It's a great day for a big walk. Get lost with friends in this online
Another
co-op walking and
indie type
talking
game,
adventure.
Big Walk,
Set off
from
into a
Panic
peaceful
Studios. So they are kind of mixing these around a bit. They'll have like an indie one
world of things to discover.
and a more well-known one, or franchise.
Enjoy the sights and sounds as you
It's
work
interesting.
together to find your way around. Use all sorts of
As opposed to some others, they'll do like, you know, entire studios releases grouped together.
new methods of communicating if you're in a pickle. They might even be a little unconventional. And if you're not quite up to it,
Looks unique.
you can always just relax with your pals. Enjoy the sunset, dance the night away, or steal something from a friend and kick it into the ocean.
Characters is simple with like more of a realistic environment they walk around in.
You can also use mouse controls or hang out with friends using cross-platform play. After all,
But you know, with these types of games, it's all about the gameplay.
it's part of a big walk. Strolling onto Nintendo Switch 2, August 4th.
Big Walk August, an August announcement. Season of the Seas, another, it's like a retro
Build your very own floating restaurant with the Straw
One
Hat Crew.
Piece Grand Gourmet.
Cook up recipes
Bandai
with
Namco.
Soji. Craft the menu.
This is a kind of quasi-retro looking pixel art game.
Serve your customers as you run the restaurant. By searching for and collecting
Or
ingredients,
using the
you'll
One
expand your
Piece
menu offerings.
brand franchise, which I'm not familiar with, but I hear it's very popular.
Or whip up tongue-tingling tauntaun noodles. You can make all sorts of delicious
But this is a like typical
money to change up the restaurant's
Cooking
interior.
Mama or you know, one of those
More customers.
type games.
Over 400 characters from the One Piece series will appear.
Collect all the characters.
Supported on Nintendo Switch 2. Get ready for a feast of epic proportions in One Piece Grand Gourmet.
Grand Gourmet. All right,
To the Nintendo
October.
Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems October 23rd.
This looks like a first party game. So what are we hoping for today as far as Pokopia? I've heard about this one as well. Now I've streamed some Pokemon on this channel. I don't have this one yet, but maybe someday I'll grab it. Free software update. There's a patch released. Great. Let's see. I'm sure it's a new features.
Release in August 2026. And there's more. The
So
Pokemon
August, they're gonna have an
Pokopia
update
Expansion Pass paid DLC is
Pokopia.
on the way. Discover a brand new town, Bubbly Basin. There you'll find new furniture,
Expansion
new
pass.
outfits,
So
and new friends.
I guess that's a game where they can keep adding more areas.
The Pokemon Pokopia Expansion Pass paid DLC will
extend
be
the game.
available later today.
Oh, that's gonna be
on
available
Nintendo
today.
eShop. Part 1 of the paid DLC, Bubbly
So I wonder what
Basin,
the additional new
launches this
features are
August.
in the
Part
new
2 and
town
Part
next
3
year.
will launch at a later date. Look out for more details in the future.
Huh. Okay. Well, there's going to be a small expansion available today. Some mysterious new features in a couple months. And a whole new town in a year.
Looking forward to
There's your Pokemon Pokopia news.
Next, please take a look at this.
This is the Dagdan Empire, a prosperous land ruled by the gods. The capital, Daxian, plays host to the heroic games.
All right, another announcement. Yeah, so as far as the Zelda news go, I think most people believe there's going to be there you go, Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave. I've never played a Fire Emblem game. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake is likely to be announced today, so we'll see. And what does that mean? Is it going to be a like quick update like the Firefox? It's a little early here. Star Fox, or is it going to be a big remake like the Final Fantasy VII franchise did? You know, multi-part thing. Is it going to include Majora's Mask, or is it just going to be Ocarina of Time? You know, so is it just going to be an update, or like drastically different as far as gameplay and like the whole theme of the game goes? And you know, it's a mixed, like, you know, I think some people like the original so much that it would be blasphemy to remake it in a style that wasn't like the original. But then on the other hand, you know, if they made minimal updates, people will probably laugh like, oh, this is just a money grab, or like, you know, what's the point of this? So, you know, how can they make it worth the value, but also stay true to the original game? You know, it's so beloved, you know, so highly rated. So, you know, it's kind of a darned if you do, darned if you don't, but let's see what they do. Of course, as we've been doing our anniversary-a-thon, we assume that's how we're going to close the 3D games as we play through all the Zelda 3D games. But we'll see. Other possible things that people have been wanting is, you know, a port of the Wii U remake games, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, to the Switch. So that could happen. Also, how about the 2D games? Oracle of Time, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Time, sorry. Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons ported much like they did Link's Awakening? Or is it just going to be like, hey, Twilight Princess is available on Nintendo Switch Online now, the GameCube version? And, you know, updates like that. Like Skyward Sword HD, is there something that where they can make a Switch 2 version or a Switch 2 upgrade or enhancement? You know, we're going to be playing that in our anniversary-thon, and I'm like, I don't know. Should I play it on my Switch or my Switch 2? Because I don't know if there is a reason to play it on the Switch 2. And, like, maybe I don't want break my controller. Like, wear down my Switch 2 controllers, which are way more expensive. So, I don't know. I mean, if it's any updates to existing 3D games, then that might affect our anniversary-a-thon. We'll see. Stay tuned. Donkey Kong Challenge, limited time event. So what is this? This looks like the old Donkey Kong games on the Super Nintendo. Let's see. Let's turn on the audio again.
One's geared for beginners. Or take on developer challenges for something with a bit more punch. Rediscover
Is this a
Donkey Kong
separate
games,
game?
Play challenges, and complete your card collection. DK Challenge can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch Online app on the home menu of your Nintendo Switch 2. You'll be able to barrel through these limited time challenges starting later today.
Okay, looks like that's free for
Plus, in the Donkey
online.
Kong Bonanza, DK Island and Emerald Rush paid DLC. A limited time collaboration with
Over
Super
the summer,
Mario
you can do
Brothers
some
is
retro
breaking through.
challenges.
Enjoy outfits for DK and Pauline.
Then, if
inspired
you
by
have
Mario
Donkey
and
Kong
Luigi. Plus, there are
Bonanza,
coins, super mushrooms, question
there's
blocks,
additional
and more.
Mario 40th anniversary challenges you can
Emerald
do.
Rush as you've never seen it before with a Super Mario Brothers twist.
You know, I
This
do.
limited time collaboration event will be held in 4 waves, with the first wave beginning later today.
Oh, okay. So that starts today, wave
From the
1.
creators of Vampire Survivors.
It's unclear to me if that's a separate purchase or if you need just the NSO subscription or if you also need Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivathon casts a spell onto Nintendo
Jujutsu
Switch 2.
Kaisen Rumble.
Up to 8 players can compete online for the top spot in this Survivors Royale. At the
This looks
start
like
of
an
the match,
update
players
for,
don't battle directly. Instead,
or it looks like
down
Vampire
enemies on your own
Survivors.
map to earn points. Each time you earn 100 points, you can add a rule to your run, including ones that hinder other players. The match culminates in a head-to-head final battle between the top 2 players.
Played a little bit of that.
Who will be the final survivor?
I've actually watched a little bit of this
More than
anime.
20
don't
characters from the Jujutsu Kaisen series
know
appear.
it that well,
Characters can be
but
unlocked just by playing.
some of the
Battle
characters
online
are
with
familiar.
players near and far, or go it alone against computer-controlled opponents. Exorcise curses, dominate rivals, and rise to the top. Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivathon launches on Nintendo Switch 2
Available
this year.
2026. Okay.
Are you up for the challenge in these games? Brutal, unforgiving battles storm onto Nintendo Switch 2.
Well,
In a forsaken world,
Lords of the Fallen 2.
devours all in its path. Now, only one kingdom endures. Defy the will of the gods to save what remains of humanity. Master brutal melee combat, devastating sorceries, and lethal ranged attacks. Test your mettle against towering abominations on your journey across the realms of the living and the dead. A hero must rise for a god to fall. Lords of the Fallen 2 launches on
Lords of the
Nintendo Switch
Fallen.
2 this fall. Enter a darkly elegant world based on the story of Pinocchio in Lies of P. In a city under siege, you must fight
Lies
rampaging
of
mechanical
P.
puppets and seek the cause of this upheaval while confronting your own humanity. Take on enemies using customizable weapons.
That looks
and prosthetic
interesting.
arms that allow you to swap between different abilities. But
I don't even know. Is that a
the lies
franchise?
you tell will alter your fate.
I don't get out much.
Lies of P.
Available
Complete Edition, which includes Overture,
October
a
and
prequel
August.
expansion
Okay.
to the main game, launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system August 6th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
I'm guessing they're gonna have all the Zelda news at the end.
Legendary Devil May Cry series
Although we
is
don't know. There may
Switch
be no
on
news.
Nintendo Switch 2. Play as Nero,
Devil May Cry.
Dante, V, and Virgil, each armed with different battle
Again,
styles.
the anniversary-a-thon on our stream could still be the biggest thing that's going on here.
Pull off stylish attacks, dodges, and combos with your vast arsenal of weapons and skills. Enjoy thrilling, high-octane combat at 60 frames per second in both TV mode and handheld mode. Plus, additional content such as battle
So really
tracks,
pushing the
character
performance you
cards,
can get on a
and
Switch
Devil
2.
May
They're
Cry
saying 60 frames per
Legendary
second, whether you're docked or handheld.
Devil Hunter Edition launches
Available
on
in
Nintendo
June,
Switch 2,
couple weeks
June
away.
23rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Enter a mystical era deep in Japan's past. 6 souls determined to forge their own destinies. So you're looking for some runaway ninja named Peace?
I think the hope is that we get a good
Unfinished business in this world.
10, 15,
Can pay.
20 minutes on Zelda, but that might be pushing it.
I'd start repenting if I were you.
An action RPG for the ages. What fate awaits those who wield the demon blades? Muramasa, Revenant Blades.
Muramasa, early 2027.
2 editions of these 3 Xenoblade Chronicles games are incoming.
Oh, okay. So the Xenoblade Chronicles games are getting a Switch 2 update
Resolution in TV mode or full HD in handheld mode.
with higher resolution in handheld mode.
In-game cutscenes also have enhanced resolution and frame rate.
Enhanced resolution,
Not only
kinda.
that,
Probably only noticed that on the TV or docked mode.
you can travel on a high-speed vehicle in the first game. Control blades to fight mercenary squad battles in the second.
Okay, so that's good. So it's not just a graphics update. There's some new
There's also a variety of other content added to each of the
new
3
equipment,
games.
new high-speed vehicle,
More details will
some
be
new
revealed
some new
later
some new
this year.
gameplay.
The digital version
Hero
of
and Quest
Xenoblade
mode. That's
Chronicles
cool.
Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and the upgrade pack will
You know,
be
I've never
available
really
today.
played those games,
The
but
physical version launches
I
on
think if
July
I were to, this would be the one to get. You get all 3.
Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade Chronicles 2
Oh
and
no,
Xenoblade
they're sold
Chronicles
separately.
3 will be available on the dates shown on screen.
I'm like, wow, if you got all 3 in a package with new features, that'd be the way to play it. But
Nintendo Switch
nah.
2 editions.
I mean, they are big games. I get it.
Each time, so we hope you'll check them out. And a new story in the Xenoblade series is about
Yeah,
to
I don't know. I
Here are
think
some
I have
from the game.
one of them for the Wii U. But yeah, if all 3 are going to be full price, less appealing. Alright, well, if you're a Xenoblade Chronicles fan, there you go. If you're a new user, a new fan, you want to get into it, I guess that's the version to get. If you're on the fence, I don't know. Let's see. It depends on the price. Might be better to just get a used version of one of the originals. Another anime influenced game here. Has an interesting graphic style. The art kind of looks like an anime brought to life. It's never really been my genre, but I've thought about going back, you know, maybe after the Zelda anniversary-thon, going back and kind of doing all those original Super Nintendo JRPGs. You know, Final Fantasy 4 and 6. Chrono Trigger. And like on the Super Nintendo, or at least the SNES Classic Mini. Another Xenoblade. Oh, a new one, Genesis, okay. So we can go back and replay 2027. So we're doing some 2027 announcements.
Xenoblade Genesis marks a new beginning. What kind of story do you think will be told? Please look forward to future updates. Next, please take a look at this.
Welcome to Woohoo Island.
Let's see, Wii Sports Resort, Switch Sports Resort. Oh, there we go. Yeah. You know, I haven't gotten any of these games for the Switch, but I have a lot of good memories of playing, you know, the original Wii versions because they were so unique and new back then. Really fun to play with friends and family. You know, people that aren't even into video games, you know, you could kind of pull it out on the Wii. I think that's one of the things that made the Wii so popular. So, you know, I had all those games for the Wii, and then what was it? EA Sports, I think, had like a resort type game too, which I thought was really good. But I don't know, I just haven't heard about it as much for the Switch.
Battle with one thumb to hand your opponent a defeat in thumb wrestling. Ride through the course.
The models are, you know, a lot better on the Switch than the Wii.
Steer with handles and coast along the
And I
way.
presume the Joy-Cons are easier to use than the old Wiimote.
In prop plane. Plus, you can warm up for these sports with jump rope. You can create and play as a sportsmate. Or
Looks like a larger variety of activities. I gotta have the pickleball. I remember tennis and bowling were good on the old Wii Sports game.
Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch Sports Resort launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system October 22nd.
Okay, so only on Switch 2 in October. Isn't there already a Switch game, a sports game on Switch?
We showed all the sports included, but since we have the opportunity, let's try one of the new sports, thumb wrestling.
Before the match, let's go over the rules. Hold down
Thumb
your opponent's
wrestling.
thumb for 3
Let's see.
seconds, and you'll win. If
There's
yours
no,
gets
like,
hit,
I thought there
just
was
shake
something
the controller
similar.
to break free. And if you keep your thumb held down, it'll get bigger and stronger. 3, 2, 1. You'll need this to claim victory.
Okay, so there's a Nintendo Switch Sports already.
Here's to a great thumb wrestling match.
So this is a new version of that. So Switch Sports Resort is going to be on the Switch
There
too.
we go. Let's have a good match.
Okay.
Oh, got him right away.
It'll be so 2022.
Let's try this. Oh, we bumped thumbs. Oh, go, go, go. Hold it. Oh, they broke free again. You have to keep them pinned.
So that'll be interesting.
No, wait, wait, wait.
You can see them.
I was worried for a second there. Okay, thumb started to sparkle.
My head's covering his hand. That's why.
Bigger.
All right.
Hold on a second. That's not how it's supposed to go. It's okay. Everything's fine.
I'm not sure why he chose this to do a gameplay on, but okay.
Now let's try. Oh, I got deflected.
So that might be fun to get. I'd want to see a review as far as comparing kind of what activities are in the Wii, not the Wii, the Switch Sports versus the Switch Sports Resort game. You know, is there some overlap there?
Nintendo Switch Sports
Or
Resort.
would you want both?
Let's move on.
Like, is it just an extension or is it a completely new set of activities? I'm sure somebody would do a review on that.
The world of RuneScape comes to Nintendo
RuneScape?
Switch 2. An ancient power has
Dragon Wild's another kind of classic franchise.
explore a land infused with magic and uncover lost secrets on your journey to face the Dragon Queen. In this survival
Where are we at
crafting
time-wise?
adventure,
35 minutes
delve
into
the
this.
mysteries of Ashenfall, amongst the ruins of fallen civilizations. On your expedition, harness the land's transformative magic.
So it's supposed to be about 50 minutes.
Craft gear,
So we might be getting to the good stuff. We'll see.
step into battle, forge weapons, sharpen your skills, and face the danger that awaits. Survive the wilds, unveil
Is this an
lost
open
secrets,
world game?
and challenge dragons in RuneScape Dragon Wilds, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 September 15th.
So September 2026 for RuneScape.
Get on board for these games. Customize your own avatar and play in the adorable world of Hello Kitty Party Land.
Hello Kitty Party Land, another Namco, Bandai Namco game.
And several board games.
So is this an update? No, this looks like a new game.
Sanrio characters to meet. Plus, you can choose from 16 partner characters, collect stickers.
Again, not really my genre, but I know this franchise is very popular.
Launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch
October.
29.
Okay,
Let's get down there and finish the job.
here we go. Star Fox. The remake of the Nintendo 64 game. So this is the one where a lot of people think, well, this is the treatment that Ocarina of Time may get.
Fate of the Galaxy begins.
You know,
Star Fox
available
launches on
June
Nintendo Switch 2,
25th.
June 25th.
That's coming out in a couple weeks. So I might get that. Only Switch 2. Free demo later today. Oh, okay, so that's the announcement. You can get a downloaded demo today. I never really played the N64 version. I played the Super Nintendo version. You know, it's a little rough. It's a little rough to play. But Actually, is that a remake of the N64, the SNES version? But at the time, it was very innovative, you know. So I think
Fantasy game in HD 2D, Final Fantasy Resonance.
Final Fantasy Resonance.
This is Lapis, a vast world that has prospered through the power of crystals.
Another pixel art retro influence game.
This once thriving world lies on the brink of annihilation. Now Rain, a knight of Grandshelf, must journey across the realm with his companions.
But clearly
to
not.
stop the Minotaurs. In thrilling turn-based battles,
Not a
all
true
iconic Final Fantasy heroes from other worlds to take down monsters. Can you uncover the truth behind
so it has
the
different
Minotaurs?
characters from the
And
different
what
Final
secrets
Fantasy
do
games in it.
crystals hold? Final Fantasy Resonance
All right,
launches on the
Square
Nintendo
Enix,
Switch 2
Final Fantasy
and Nintendo
fans,
Switch
you've got a
system
new
on
game.
October
Oh,
12th.
both Switch 2 and Switch in October.
Weird, whimsical world is waiting. Pikuniku returns in a new 3D puzzle exploration adventure.
Pikuniku 2?
Malevolent robot frogs and an all-powerful
Wasn't aware that there was a
common
Pikuniku 1.
other than a shadowy conspiracy, of course. Meet a cavalcade of curious characters, each with their own problems.
Shabal just locked
and
himself in the
puzzles to
room.
solve. But
That
beneath
cat
this
likes to,
seemingly happy world lies a sinister plot to squeeze the
lock
locals
himself
for
into
all their
rooms and
work.
not be able to get
Time
out.
join the resistance by using Piku's surprising abilities. Help solve the people's problems in surprising.
So this
and
is definitely a
downright
game I'd want to read the review on
Meet the
before I
wonderful ride of
purchased.
unstoppable denizens,
I don't know, it could be fun.
encounters, and bring about an ultimate
Maybe it's just geared to
understanding. In this sequel,
little kids. I don't know.
navigate and explore in full 3D as you
I
discover
think,
the secrets of this vivid, colorful world. Get ready to
Again, it's kind of, we've seen this a lot with a lot of these indie games when there's
launching on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
Devolver Digital. They kind of mix kind of these high resolution backgrounds with very simple like character models. Not too different than the Final Fantasy one where there's like very high quality kind of backgrounds, cutscenes, but then the characters and playing themselves are very retro pixel art influenced. That's from a major studio, Square Enix, and you know the other ones, I think it's not quite to that level. What is this? Another kind of Pokemon ripoff game?
And that's not all. Synthesize two monsters to create more powerful allies. Now, take on the most fearsome of foes with a team that's uniquely your own.
Those look like the slimes from Dragon Quest.
Adventure is calling, and it's monstrously fun. Dragon Quest Monsters.
Oh, Dragon Quest Monsters. There you go. It's a Dragon Quest.
Time you got here.
No wonder they look familiar. It's another Square Enix Dragon Quest franchise spin-off, I guess. Available in December. Another December announcement. This looks like a more serious game. I'm guessing Switch 2 only. Anything that like looks very high resolution, high quality,
You're finally here,
cinematic like this,
worthy spirit.
you're all probably only going to find on the Switch 2 going forward. Oh, here's the, okay, the Dusk Bloods from Software. Closed network test summer of 2026.
How was that? Next, we have more news about an upcoming treasure hunting game.
So yeah, who you are. Dark Souls, Elden
Hey everyone, here's
Ring
some fresh news about Splatoon Raiders, a new single-player focused
fan.
adventure.
Then
Check out this neat little place.
you can help
the
beta
hideout
test
ship
out this
on the
summer.
water. There's Deep Cut, a trio of
What is this,
swashbuckling musicians.
Splatoon?
And this scrappy individual? That's you. Let's call this handy youth the mechanic. The four of them are using the hideout ship as their hub, hunting for treasure across these landmasses, the Spiralite Islands.
I played some Splatoon.
All right, time for a
Not
quick
very
dive.
good at it.
Looks like the
I know it's
treasure they're after
popular,
is at the
but
base of those lights. But
I've tried to like
a
it.
bunch of aggressive creatures called salmonids in the way.
And it's fun in spurts. I just don't feel like, I don't know, I'm not an esports. And it's esports adjacent. I don't know if I'd call it hardcore esports, but
That's where this comes in. The
I've never stuck with it long enough to, like, I guess, get very good at it.
your treasure hunts and attacks automatically. Launches you in the air for
But I had the original for the Wii U.
even gets out of the bot to unleash special moves.
I did end up buying Splatoon 3 for the Switch, right?
Support in the form of gadgets. There's one that continuously fires ink after it's placed. Another that slices through enemies. Another that spins ink around you, and more. And the best part, you can use
So it
them
looks like they
together.
have new weapons, or gadgets, I guess they call them.
Easier, though.
So is this a new game, or is this an expansion onto Splatoon
Underestimate the
3?
salmonids. Yikes, this is tougher than it looks. But the
I don't know how that
salmonids
model
aren't the
works, because you
only
only have to buy it once, and then do they have, like,
battles you
and I know they have, like, new courses and stuff online,
and you can customize
and
all
different
sorts of
challenges,
to fit your
you know,
playstyle.
for certain periods of time.
Looks like time's up. There are even more details to cover in the upcoming
Splatoon Raiders Direct.
June 30th. And in the smart device app Nintendo Today, see the story events leading up to Splatoon Raiders with daily comics ahead of launch.
Okay, so it looks like a new game,
Collaboration with this
Splatoon
game,
Riders,
there's gonna be a special Splatfest in Splatoon 3. The
or
theme
Raiders.
looks like it's about
Oh wait,
Splatoon
no, it's a
Raiders.
special
Details
splat.
will be announced
I don't know what's going
Look out
on.
for more info in the future. Don't forget to check this out too.
But it looks like they have a
See ya.
direct just for Splatoon in June, so later in the month. Okay, so Splatoon Raiders is a new single-player game that's coming out,
We'll also be releasing new Joy-Con 2
and it looks like to celebrate that, they're going to have some new Joy-Con 2 colors,
Let's see some more headlines.
and then there's going to be a special Splatfest within Splatoon 3 to probably market the Raiders game. So yeah, so it looks like some updates to Splatoon 3, some special events, and then that is a new game. The Raiders game is a new game that's coming out. What is this? This looks like that other game I've only gotten a third of the way through. Chapter 5. Delta Rune, Chapter 5. Oh, August.
Awaken your power.
Ah, that's not the game I was thinking of.
Whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of king.
I was thinking of Undertale, but that did not look like, well, it looked like Undertale style, but
The next king shall be decided by the will of the people.
was not called
Parade
Undertale.
the king as his face floats in the sky. The tournament for the
All
throne
right, another
as the realm grapples with its first
game I
ever
won't
election,
buy.
Those vying for the throne put their
Respectfully.
plans into action. As one of the throne's
I'm just not
candidates,
into this.
You'll travel across the kingdom, forging bonds with compelling characters along the way. Various
You know, if I'm gonna play kind of one of those
there are monsters roaming this
Japanese
world,
influenced RPGs,
as well as other candidates.
it's going to be one of the, one of the classics.
Control your destiny.
So, one of the top Final Fantasy games.
ReFantazio, launching on the Nintendo Switch 2
November
system,
release.
November 12th. Create,
Those alone take so long. Minecraft? People still play Minecraft?
Nintendo Switch 2 version of Minecraft is on the way. Dig into your Minecraft
Nintendo Switch
adventure on Nintendo
2
Switch
version.
2 with support for
With vibrant visuals.
and embark on a journey across a world with
I bet this is better to play on a Switch 2 just because you can use the mouse, or the Joy-Con as a mouse, probably.
you can pick up right where you left off.
You can carry your data over from the Switch version. I would hope so.
Minecraft launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
Wow, no date on that even. Just sometime in 2026. Alright, we're at 48 minutes. Where is the Zelda news? We're down to less than 10 minutes left in this thing. Uh-oh. I'm starting to get nervous. Space Marine, Warhammer, whatever. Holiday 2026. Sure, great. Another game I'm not going to buy. Alright. More games I'm not going to buy. Cool. They're just like dumping the rest of the games. Okay, we're running out of time. Here's just a bunch of games. Days. Just all just generic games. Metal Gear Solid 2 in August. That's an important franchise. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration, available later today. Tales of Eternia. So what's the Tomb Raider one? Is that a new game or is that just a package of the old games? And have the old games been upgraded at all? Snow Runner, so you can pretend you're a truck driver in the snow. That's cool. Fitness Boxing 3, if you want to get in shape on your Switch. That's available in July. Everbloom. Spring of 2027, that's a long way away. Final Fantasy 14 Online. Early access, available August. So is that game not on the Switch yet? Is that big news?
Light and darkness approaches.
Battle of Light and Darkness.
Filled with memorable adventures. 3 collections of Kingdom Hearts games.
Kingdom
are coming to
Hearts.
Nintendo Switch
You know, that's another franchise
Pixar worlds.
I have on my list to play sometime.
Magical allies. And battle enemies in action.
In fact, I think I bought the Steam versions of those.
Or experience them
They were on sale a little while ago.
alongside Sora and his
But yeah, it's a mashup between like JRPG and Disney characters.
You can transfer your existing save data to these Nintendo Switch 2 games. These 3 collections launch on Nintendo Switch 2 October.
So these are Switch 2
a
versions?
bundle with all 3 compilations. Kingdom Hearts Collection 1 through 3 also launches October 8th.
I think that's what I bought on Steam.
Kingdom Hearts 3 plus
So is this just bringing it to Switch? Or
on Nintendo eShop.
I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I don't know if that's just porting it to Switch or if that's something new. I don't know much. Alright, well we're 52 minutes into this and still no Zelda news. Kingdom Hearts 4. So is that the big prep? They're re-releasing the first 3 games and then a new one coming out? Not really into this genre either. As far as the gameplay goes. I mean, you know, if it's like Hyrule Warriors or something, if it's a franchise like I already like, then I'm like, I don't mind it too much, but so, you know, if you're a fan of this franchise, that's probably cool.
How was that?
All right, here we go.
Next is our last announcement. Please take a look.
Last announcement. This better be Zelda. This better be Zelda. Here we go.
Long ago, there was a
Hyrule. Here we go. Okay.
created by beings of supreme divinity.
This is what we're waiting for. 53 minutes into this into the
There lay a small
stream.
forest.
That looks like Hyrule Castle.
Within it, an ancient solitary tree.
That looks like the
watched
Deku tree.
over the inhabitants of the forest.
I hear some Kokiri music.
These forest dwellers were called the Kokiri. Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods. However, there was one
Definitely
particular
Ocarina
boy
of Time story.
who did not have a fairy.
Wow. That is very different graphics. They want the full realistic. Looks like a human. Wow. (2026).
The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time will be reborn on Nintendo Switch 2. More details will be announced in the future, so please look forward to them. That's all
That's
for
it?
today's Nintendo Direct. Earlier this year,
That's it?
Devon-san was appointed as the new
No,
president of
what?
Nintendo of America. We'd like to conclude this presentation with a few words from Devon-san. Thank you for watching.
No, what the hell?
Thank you, Koizumi-san. Hi, everyone. I'm Devin Pritchard, and after 20 years at Nintendo, one of my favorite things about
Who's
gaming
Devin
is
San?
still that moment I get to try something new. I watch the trailers, I hear about a game, but the moment I pick up a controller...
All right, we're gonna have to rewatch that real quick because it was so short.
For me, that's what games have always been about. Those
But,
little things that surprise me and allow me to immerse myself
We only got one Zelda announcement.
Read about a game, you can watch a trailer.
It was for if you blinked, you missed it.
And that's a big part of what Nintendo Treehouse Live is about.
They said
Getting
it'll
to
come out. I mean, it's Ocarina of Time, so all the rumors were true.
themselves. So let's get to it.
It looked really good,
Nintendo Treehouse Live ready to go with a few games
but no date released, and they just said more details later. So I presume maybe they're gonna have a Legend of Zelda Direct, hopefully later.
because at the end of the day, I think the best way to understand
Like just one of these just for Zelda.
and play. Thanks for watching.
Um,
I'm really looking forward to sharing more of what I love about
that was not
experiences to all of you. And now it's
that was not what I was hoping for.
over to you, team.
But the good news is there does sound like there's going to be a Legend of Zelda Direct. Okay, I think that's it.
Hi everyone, welcome.
All
to
right, and
Nintendo
then right
Direct
into
Live.
the treehouse.
And I'm joined here by Gab, Dan, and Rob. We're here
So-
with It's coming out June 25th. It is a cinematic shooter. We're gonna focus on
Let's cue that up. Actually, hold on.
and then we'll go into the multiplayer.
Let's watch that from the beginning.
Dan, why don't you take us away?
Yeah, we're gonna start
One
out
more
here
time.
This new cinema scene, right?
Long ago, there was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity.
Next is our last announcement. Please take a look.
Long ago, there was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity. At the very edge of this kingdom, there lay a small forest. Within it, an ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest. These forest dwellers were called the Kokiri. Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods. However, there was one particular boy who did not have a fairy.
The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time will be reborn on Nintendo Switch 2. More details will be announced in the future, so please look forward to them. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Earlier this year, Devon-san was appointed as the new president of Nintendo of America. We'd like to conclude this presentation with a few words from Devon-san. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Koizumi-san. Hi, everyone. I'm Devin Pritchard, and after 20 years at Nintendo, one of my favorite things about gaming is still that moment I get to try something new. I watch the trailers, I hear about a game, but the moment I pick up a controller, that's when it all comes together.
Oops, my bad. I had the wrong audio. Well, they have a new COO or something. I don't know, whatever. So I doubt they're going to have any gameplay of Zelda on the Treehouse Live. But let's wrap this up. So we rewatched it. Again, it was, what, a minute? I was hoping for more Zelda news. I mean, the 1 minute they showed was amazing, though. I was hoping it wouldn't just be Ocarina of Time. I was hoping they'd do something else as well, but it's clear that you're not getting Switch ports of the Wii U game. So we'll be playing the Wii U games in our Zelda Anniversary-a-thon. Actually, that's the good news. Nothing announced today conflicts or changes the Zelda Anniversary-a-thon at all. We will still be playing the Wii U versions of Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. We'll play either Switch or Switch 2. Oh, Skyward Sword HD. I was kind of hoping we get a Switch 2 version of that, or at least an upgrade, because right now I don't see any point to playing Skyward Sword on Switch 2. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they did get updates for Switch 2, so those are worth it. But the Ocarina of Time remake, I think we have an update. We're going to take the question marks, because we know we're getting an update. So the question marks are going to disappear, everybody. We will be playing that. We don't know when. Sometime in 2026 is all that we were told. But that's a list. That is the anniversary-a-thon. We did get confirmation today. There is an Ocarina of Time remake coming. That was the only announcement we got. So no updates to anything else on this list. Or any of the 2D games, which after we finish these, we might do the 2D games in 2027. I don't know. Maybe over the holidays. But let's just take 1 minute, talk about the Ocarina of Time remake. That looked amazing. Like, let's see. I mean, just even these, the graphics looked amazing. But what I found interesting is Link. I mean, it depends, right? Is this just a cutscene? I mean, it is a cutscene, but is the actual player model going to look like that? Because it looks almost human. I mean, are the physics going to be human? Are you going to be able to jump? You can't jump in the original game, right? You can hop. If you run off a platform, it hops a little bit, but we didn't get any of those details. I mean, except that the graphics are amazingly upgraded. I mean, I wouldn't say even it's the art, like everything's, I mean, it's completely remade. But is the gameplay going to be similarly remade, or is it just the same controls basically with better graphics? Because if you've seen online, is it Senzek? I forget the developer, but he's basically he's created basically Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine 5? And it looks amazing as well, but it's still kind of that anime cartoony kind of style. It's not like realistic like this looks. And I could see them trying to pivot this way to be more like the movie that's coming out, maybe, where obviously you're going to have human actors and actresses. So I don't know. There's still a lot of questions about this. Again, the graphics, the art style looks amazing. But what's the gameplay going to be like? Is it going to stick to the original story? I mean, it's called Ocarina of Time, so I don't think there's going to be any Majora's Mask elements. But we'll see. The cat's crying. I have to go. I have to get ready for work, my actual day job. So we'll see. He said more details, so that could be a Nintendo Direct. Or it could just be a memo. It could be like a press release. But hopefully we get more. And there's no news on when the news is coming out. But I presume the fact that they gave no date, this is going to be an October, November release. Obviously, they want to get it out there before holiday shopping concludes. So I think December would be too late. Although I don't know, it could be early December. But yeah, I see this coming out probably November-ish. And hopefully news comes out sometime this month with more details. But so there we have it. The Nintendo Direct. Never done one of these before online streaming. Thought I'd wake up extra early and do that. I was hoping for more than a minute of news. But it is what it is. And anyway, so this looks cool. We did update our list based on the news today. And so next stream, we're going to play more Majora's Mask, actually, the 3DS version. I've got it to a point where it's going to look a lot nicer than what I had started 5 years ago. So we're going to finish that game with better graphics, better audio, better music. And we just finished Majora's Mask, so we know the story and what to do pretty well. So anyways, thank you all for joining. Might do that again. If there is another direct just for Zelda, we'll do this again. Otherwise, if it's just news announced, click follow, click subscribe, and we'll just talk about it, whenever I stream next. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. And hope to see you next time. Hope to get more Zelda news. In the meantime, please don't die. Take care. Bye.